Cosplay Crafts dyeing fabric. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cosplay Crafts. Today's episode is, honestly just a basic tutorial on fabric dyeing. Now for this, I'm just going to go over what I'm doing because I have to recreate the pants for one of my characters, Soul King Brook. Basically, if you don't know the character, I'll put up a picture for reference, number one. Boom. Boom. And then number two, just to explain that, basically, as you can see, he's wearing pink pants that have flowers on them. Well, first off, as I'm sure you can imagine, it can be hard to find certain, pants in certain colors, pink, orange, red, etc. But luckily for that, we have a way to address that. We call it fabric dye. I know of at least two major brands. Well, I know of two brands at least. There is Rit, which I've used in the past. It's definitely good for dyeing fabric. And I've also got Tulip, again another brand that I've used in the past that seems to have worked well. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm not saying I recommend one over the other, but at the very least, if you see one of these two, hey, it works. And you will definitely at least see what I'm going to accomplish with that. So, really quick, in my experience with Rit, on the box, has all the instructions for dyeing fabric. And there are a couple of ways to do it. One of the ways is doing it in the washing machine, actually, which I've never done. The next one is boiling water, on the stove top, and then adding the fabric dye. I believe a bit of salt to the mixture, and stirring it because that dyes the fabric. And then there's the third method, which I have actually done before, which is very basic. It's called, you take the fabric dye, you put it in the hot water with a quarter cup of salt, you stir it up vigorously, and poof, it dyes the fabric. I've done it before, it's worked quite well, I think, and I hope to do it again now. So, and really quick, just for reference, here are my pants that I'm dyeing. These are a white color, a bit dirty, but they should work. Sorry about that. They should work fine. Because one of the things that I've learned from, God, I can't remember the group's name now. But one of the things that I've learned is that it's easier to dye, a fabric from a lighter color to a darker color, but going from darker to lighter is going to be a lot more challenging. So, if you have a dyeing project, if you can, go with white, or some light color, and then go to your darker color. Otherwise, you will face a lot of challenges with that, I think. So, let me end this here, and I will get to my area of work, and I can show you how things are going to go down with it. Alright everyone, I've got a full bucket of water. Really quick, if it sounds weird and echoey, it's because I'm doing this in my shower. I'm choosing to do it here because, in case there's splashback from stirring, because I do vigorously stir sometimes. I wanted to be prepared for that. I have done this before. It has gotten a little wet, a little dyed, but it does wash out. Good scrubbing, and time will just take it away. So, yeah. So really quick, I just want to go over the instructions here on the back, just so you know what you're doing, even though you can simply follow them. First off, fill bowl or stainless sink with steaming hot water. I got my hot water. Next, stir in a quarter cup, 4 tablespoons of salt. I have some salt right out here. Next up, pour in the dye packet, stir until dissolved, submerge fabric in dye mixture, stir continually for 15 minutes and then occasionally for 45, and then rinse the fabric in cold water, machine wash warm, dry per laundry instructions. So honestly, it's a very simple process. It's just a little time consuming. So I'm not going to show you everything of me stirring and everything, but I will show you after I'm done. And I do plan on trying to do this twice. because I believe, like, if it doesn't look pink enough. So I'll show you the first coat and then I'll show you the second coat. So yeah, let's get to it. I just want to do a quick showing of what it looks like after I've been stirring for at least the initial like 15 roughly. See, it's more pink, definitely. Not quite strong enough a color, so I'm gonna keep pressing on. Like I said, I'm probably gonna have to do a second try at this to make it more pink. But yeah, so like it is a fair amount of stirring, but it does get results. Trust me, I've done this before. So I will touch base again when I am done. Alright, here are the pants now. After one dye, I've got them hooked and hanging up in the shower for now. Because obviously they're still wet, so they're going to drip. And I'd rather have them drip in the shower than somewhere else. So just a quick pan down. So they're definitely a lot more pink. Honestly, I might just leave it at this. Or I might just follow through and try the second round of dyeing to try and get it a more bright pink. So I want to say the color would be closer to like salmon, if I recall. So, you know, if I do the second round of dyeing and it's a lot different, I will definitely show that to you. But otherwise, this is pretty much it. Again, like the cider mat video, this isn't very content heavy, but it's hard for me to showcase, you know, 15 minutes of stirring by hand. But, yeah. Says the basics of fabric dye. It's not an insanely technical process, so a lot of people could easily do it. You know, I found a variety of colors. I've got some red because I plan on trying to see if I can dye some cargo pants red. Not specifically for cosplay, but just because I like the color scheme red and black, and it would be cool to have some red pants. But yeah, so if I have anything more, I will share it. Otherwise, this could be the end of the video. Hey everyone, hopefully I'm visible in the shot, but really quick. I forgot one very important detail in my, you know, Brook pants thing. And basically that's, you know, having the flowers on the pants. Now, because I don't have cool stencils or whatever, I had to get creative with making flowers. So, the idea I came up with was pretty simple. Draw them on myself. Now for this, I'm going to need my, it's pretty much just a Sharpie. Basically, I do the outlines first, then I do the painting with fabric paint. Which actually, give me a second and I'll show you just what mine looks like. Let's see. Aha. Oops. I hope that did not do anything. Alright. So, we have a marker, and we have a slick fabric paint by Tulip. Again, not sponsored, just setting specifically what it is. So I'll do, you know, one or two quick flowers just to show you guys. And then I'll do, you know, after I'm done, and we can see everything. So basically, what do flowers look like? Well, it's a circle, and then it has the leaves coming off of it. So, wah. That's that. The center is going to be yellow. The outside is going to be white because they are like, I want to say sunflowers or something. So yeah, basically I'll just do, you know, rough couple, maybe a bit closer to the sides so that they wrap around. Again, circle. Sorry, I'm doing this quick. And also, just really hope your friends aren't... I'm going to use the word mean, even though they were just, you know, teasing kindly, by saying that mine looked like eggs with my first one. And if I'm willing, I will show a picture of what the first draft looked like. They were pink sweatpants. But, yeah. So, as for the rest with my Tulip fabric paint, basically. One of the things I've learned with this is if you do it really thick, it's going to be like a thick thing of plastic. However, if you do just like, pretty much the outer edges and work inward as you need to. Oh, don't tell me this is like clogged. I'll have to fix that. I'll try white just to show you guys. I hope this works. Yes, it works. It works. So my technique is just go around the outer edges. Usually I'll wear like rubber, like disposable rubber gloves to spread out the paint, because I found, for me personally, it's a lot more, it's smoother than trying to use a brush. So, just do the outer edges, and then just, let me finish this up really quick, and then I'll continue my words. But yeah, so basically, just do the outer edges, and just use it sparingly. Don't just go like a big dollop of it. It's not going to go well. And then just, spread it out. It may take a couple coats. It may take a fair amount of time to do this, but it works. Like, for me anyway. It's not going to be perfect. Like, oh man, you like have these pants naturally. Like, clearly you made these, but it's fine. It'll dry, and once I get everything done, I will show you guys how everything looks. But I just wanted to get this base down just to give you some idea on what I'm doing. And maybe you can use this for other projects. Like maybe you want to be Captain Quark from Ratchet and Clank, like I do. And I actually did that, and I have a sweatshirt for that. If you want to see that, I can put that picture in as well. Actually, I might just do it for the heck of it because I'm proud of it, even though it may not be the best. And I want to do Captain Quark one day, but we'll see where things go. But yeah, I don't really think I need to say or show you anymore. Like, I think you get the idea of just, hey, spread it out, wear gloves, because I don't believe this stuff is toxic, but you definitely don't want to like ingest paint or anything like that. That could be bad for your health. Just saying. So yeah. So the next shot for sure should be the final bit of the video, I swear. Basically just showing it off. Maybe I'll wear the stuff so you guys can see and go ooh and ah and oh, I see. But yeah. So anyway, if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, I'll say this at the end anyway, but leave them in the comment section. Otherwise, have fun dyeing fabric. Actually, this is a little pet project that I'm going to do, but I wanted to take the red dye I believe I talked about that I got and try and dye a pair of cargo pants that I have, because I like red and black, but you don't see red cargo pants usually. You might see like the trip pants, that are black with red, but not really that style. So I might do that, but the difference will be that I'll do the two dye packets at once to see if it's a darker red, versus this, which was, pink and honestly about the same after two separate times. So, stick around. I'll be back in eventually, because it's going to take time, but yeah, so I will be back. Alright everyone, here are the final shots for the flower pants video. Basically, as you can see, here's how my flowers look now. Texture, it's a bit almost like very light sandpaper. But you can definitely easily still slip pants on and off, as you need to. The pants are still kind of pink. And yeah, so really I don't have much else to say, but like I said, dyeing and then painting can be a bit time consuming, but definitely you can get some good results. My art skills are a bit lacking, obviously, so that's one of the big drawbacks, but nothing's perfect. And especially if you're a cosplayer working on kind of a budget, this definitely works. So, what are your thoughts on my flower pants? Do you have any dyeing projects that you want to work on in the future? You know, maybe pants, maybe shirts, maybe other articles of clothing. You know, do you have any cool designs that you want to put on there? And also, in case I have to do this for a third or fourth time, just very curious. You guys have any, like suggestions on how to draw flowers? Because they're still looking kind of eggy to me. Sorry I had to throw in that last joke, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from this experience, and tell me your stories. What are you going to cut? What are you going to craft next for your cosplay, or just for fun because you're weird? But anyway, everyone, as always, have fun, stay safe, keep hydrated, and keep crafting, keep working, and keep improving. Peace.